Alright, hello, and this is day 4 of God of Weapons. I've done some things prior in this game, got some unlocks, several characters, so I'm just gonna see what else what other kind of trouble I can start. Let's see, 25 vitality and 25 magic power to unlock that. That could be an interesting challenge to go for. Vitality is a difficult stat to raise. So start with Electric Wand, one of our personal favorites. Difficulty 4. With the Warlock's starting Book of Demons, because I don't have anything else. Maybe we can collect some status effects and get whatever this is. For 2 potential goals this run. That is not the wand I thought I equipped. Oh well. I can make this work. Just weave through the skeletons and keep freezing them. That gets us to first shop. Maybe I can find room for that Staff of Fireball. There. That's perfect. Grab some more move speed. And see what else we can find in the shop. Increased range from the spyglass is always useful. Don't need more fire. Not with the Staff of Fireball present. There's the electric wand I thought I started with. We'll lock that in for later. It's not a fire and ice. Once I pick up that shock wand, I'll be well on my way to that unlock challenge. Now, I think I can just make that shape, like here. Perfect. Flush out a little more space. And see if I can find anything else of value in here. Let's grab that coin. And start the next wave. of damage I really need to take. Oh! That did not last long. Well, I guess I'll just try that again. Maybe with this ice crossbow instead for cold status. A little bit of burst damage there. That'll be helpful. Fire rate is way too slow. And so am I. And the crossbow is very large. Very large and awkwardly shaped. Get the health potion for more health and more enemies. Cram an ice wand in there. And mark the electric wand for later. This fire wand also could be used for later. I just need more bag space to make anything happen. This character is far too slow. I don't even know if he is slower than other characters. He just feels slow compared to the enemies. Okay, let's try making space for the electric wand. That'll work. And can I also find or make space for the fire wand? Probably not at the same time. No, just can't find room for it. My long years of playing Tetris have failed me. Hand glass for some early lifesteal. And a second ice wand, just to have it on hand. Causing trouble. Too much cold, not enough of the other elements. Not if I want to finish that unlock challenge. So at the moment, I would settle just for making it to the next round. Now the rolling will be nice. There we go. Just made room for the Staff of Fireball. Now I don't really need or want the Fire Wand. So I'll unlock that and let it go. Another electric wand. Don't mind if I do, but of course, later. And here is another ice wand. Excellent. Make something happen with that next chop. Now we've got fire, lightning, and cold, all in one scary package wearing horns like Tim the Enchanter. For anyone familiar with Monty Python. Having much more pain outgoing is making noticeably less pain incoming. Okay. Now I'll just build out bag space without really caring where. Put these on the side temporarily. Grab the third ice wand. And then combine them. Now I have a better ice wand. I don't think I can fit this electric wand anywhere. That's fine. I'll just hold on to it for the time being. Drink a potion to have more enemies next round. I think I'll need to turn on my chat opacity. I can see that you're chatting, but I can't tell what you said. There you are. Thank you. Yeah, I've been fiddling with sound balance over several days and watching my own back videos to try and figure it out. There we go. Now I should actually be able to read without alt tapping. Grab a little bit of armor. And this Staff of Fireball would be nice. But really, it's just the eternal quest for bag space. And better shop rarity. I am glad everything auto-fires and I don't have to think about aiming. It certainly takes my mind off of things and focus on my own survival and the weapons do the work. Doesn't make it easy, but makes it manageable. Another Staff of Fireball there. Another hand glass for more lifesteal. pocket watch. More attack speed is pretty much always a good idea. I'd actually rather have that than the armor. Grab a coin for more money later. And the shop is otherwise being rather disappointing. So with that, send it. Return to causing trouble. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's not exactly an everyone kind of game, but I've been liking it lately. It has similarity to some other games that are much more popular than I'm actually less interested in myself for other reasons. Okay. I was stuck there. Fire for everyone. Staff of Fireball is an excellent weapon. Alright, back to building out bag space, as is tradition. Yeah, it's a very chaotic sort of game. The cycle is just go to the shop, buy various weapons and equipment to make yourself more dangerous, and then dive face first into a level full of enemies, and hopefully make it to the next shop. There's not really anything more complex to it than that. Although, there's certainly a lot of stats to watch, like the hand glass provides lifesteal but reduces damage. This bracer is just 2 points of armor for free. Looking Glass gives you more experience gain, more bag space unlocks faster, but also makes the enemies faster, which is something to watch out for. Everything has these strange little trade-offs. You can either embrace the penalties, or try and mitigate them with other items. Thank you for the follow. I kind of want to set the world on fire. See if I can kill that elite bright red guy. Nope. I did not manage to kill him in time. Alright. I think you can clip it. I'm not sure how, personally. Come on, give me this space. There we go. I'll see if I can once I close down. Alright, move the hand glass. Now I have room for this electric staff. And miniature lantern, I can. Yep, the overlay is working just fine. It might be a little delayed, as I have it set up so I'm not quite in real time. Probably for just better network. It's less network load, I would assume. Can I flip this upside down? Can't. That doesn't help me very much. But I can do it. Oh, maybe there's less delay than I thought. Well, let me move these out of the way for now. Grab my second staff, my third staff of Fireball, and then pack them all together into an even nastier staff of Fireball. And now I actually have room. Okay, maybe I don't have room for that. Nope. Nope, it bends to the left, not to the right. Okay, so I can't fit that staff. That's fine. I don't like that staff anyway. There's the armor I threw away before. And more electric wand. Put that in my pocket. Grab this. And combine these. I don't think I can fit that staff. That staff is too long. But that's fine. Cram it into the crossbow. This dust is a risk. 3 more bag spaces, and it calls 2 elites on the next one. 2 glowing red problems with enhanced health bars and damage. But I'm going to do it because I have no regard for my own well-being. Bring it on, boys. Look, there's 1 and 2. Big bull with a big sword, and one of the charging devils with a lance or something. I have that gamer shortcoming where I don't really know what other people don't know about games, so I just try and narrate what I'm doing and why I might be doing it. See if I can impart some understanding to my mental process, such as it is. There is a method to the hamster. See, vitality and lifesteal. But I lose XP gain. That's not a good trade. This sword might be useful. Because this can do fire and cold. Still trying to do that fire, cold, lightning at the same time, which I think is the boss at the end. So that might not pay off. I can fit this in here. I just like the electric wand. I just like it, okay? I don't actually know how promotion works. I know Twitch has, in the background, like a series of achievements. Like, I'm not even eligible to make money on Twitch yet. I've got to jump through several hoops before I get there. Fortunately, most of them are just commence streaming and be seen. It's kind of like how I kept talking about sales, like they're kind of beyond my power as far as I'm aware. It's just a matter of being noticed, engaging with people in chat. I have to be seen and have a chat presence first, and then build that community. So as long as I have a presence, fly around shooting monsters like this for a certain amount of time each day, I'll get noticed one way or another. It all begins with a rampant monster death. At least so far. Blue ice wand. I think I can just make a space for that. There we go. This is true. Nothing but. At least for now. Now, I'm not exactly in my element here per se, but making it work. Making it work for me. That is not how that crossbow was rotated. There we go. Now I can fit the other and on to floor 10, halfway through. Yeah, there's certainly an appeal I've noticed to some streamers where they just have this calm and relaxed demeanor, and that's their main selling point, if you will. There are also streamers whose main selling point is that they're extremely angry at the game all the time. So, in terms of simple marketing, there are demographics to be had no matter what your attitude. Well, maybe not no matter. I'm sure there are boundaries. Bag of Sharp Things is just what I decided to jokingly title this this episode, since the game itself is entirely based on building out this backpack and filling it with swords and weapons and crossbows and everything else pointy, and then hoping you make it to the next shop. One of my previous titles was just Backpack Full of Iron. They're arbitrary. I just set them like silly titles. Yes. Fire and ice and everything nice. Shadow Mushroom. I don't need the melee power, though I could use the magic power. Drink yield potion for 5% more enemies on the next floor. I don't need the health, but I love more enemies, because more enemies means, in the long run, more money. I can fit another one of these swords in here. Oh, wow. So that sword I just bought has been replaced by a tier 4 red version. Can't get better than that. And that's the Thunder Spear. I've used the Thunder Spear before. That's a lot of fun. I don't really have space for it, though. That's fine. I will find or make space for that, because that is a very good weapon. But for now, we send it. Big, inconvenient bookcases, or are they convenient? Who knows? I don't think I can... Apparently I can shoot through them. I just noticed that. I don't know if the enemies can shoot through them. I know neither of us can walk through them. But I can dash through them. And whatever that was, it just jumped on my face and I lost half my health. I may need to think about more armor. And very, very soon. The lifesteal is certainly doing its job, though. Gosh, those ladders. The little library ladders kept boxing me in. Okay, I need to... Oh, no, I've only got this little helmet for a whole... Well, 11 armor. Actually, 11 armor is surprisingly good for a wizard. Okay, I can move these things over here because no one cares where they're placed. I conveniently have a very long space for the Thunder Spear. As I said, method to the hamster. Shackles. 5 armor, more enemies, but reduced movement speed. Can't really afford to reduce my move speed. So that is kind of my only defense at the moment. So far, not long at all. I have a couple 1-hour recordings with no viewers, and they're just in my channel backlog at the moment. And it's been all this game. I started less than a week ago. Now, drink this elixir of last breath, give me an extra life, and lose half my health in the process. Banking on... Oh, well, I don't need to bank on earning back that health through lifesteal. I can just drink this potion and get all that health back. And there's another Thunder Spear. They only take 2 to combine? Well, get these things out of the way. Purchase, combine, and replace the things I moved. that second pocket slot had to be unlocked earlier in the game, and it has certainly paid off. Ooh, there's this thing again. I have not yet made a firm schedule of any kind. Not quite sure what I'm going to do on that front. But it's definitely something I need to figure out sooner rather than later. I think I want to try to make space for this crossgun. It doesn't fit the character or the build, but I just want to see it run. Yep, I can certainly see the wisdom in setting and sticking to a schedule, so viewers know where and when to find you. Okay, seem to be reaching the point in this Vampire Survivors-like game where I can no longer tell what's going on. All I'm trying to do is keep my wizard away from anything that moves, and hoping for the best, because I can no longer see through all the fire. It is as wacky as Risk of Rain 2. It's just absolutely wild. Alright, I'm going to make room for this cross gun. And if I have to sell things to get it, then so be it. Save that glove. I would rather keep the dragon scale and the armor. These shadow mushrooms are not doing me very many favors. They're not completely useless, but close. 2 more armor. Another red prism blade. Oh, and I don't need that one. It's funny to have 2 tier 4 weapons that I didn't even consider when I started the build. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me for it to take that long. But yeah, just get to it, commit. Anything is possible. Melee power. I have no use for 12 melee power, and 6 magic power doesn't justify the space that would take. Wow. After saying 6 magic power doesn't justify 2 inventory spaces, we have 2 inventory spaces for 3 magic power. I should have taken the spearhead. Well, okay then. Let me put these things aside for a moment. Grab this second cross gun. Combine them because I'm a maniac. And put the weapons back. Just like these 2 surprise high-tier prism blades. Alright, I'll see you another time. Have a good night. Now I have a tier 4 cross gun, which that's not where I thought this build would be going. But this is apparently the world we live in today. And it's a minigun. Okay. I just have a rotary machine crossbow. That's a little wacky. It certainly gives me some space. Keeps things at bay. Okay. I wasn't expecting the crossgun to be that effective, or anything like it turned out to be, but I'm certainly appreciating it. Grab some more armor. My vitality is tanking every time I do that. I really haven't paid much attention to the Book of Demons here. There's probably a better place I could put it for more adjacency with more weapons. But that is a Tetris game I am not currently qualified for. I can improve this electric wand. The magic prism is pretty much valuable on any build. Unless you like crit, I suppose. So the cross gun is doing 9 damage. 9. With a positively psychotic attack speed. I like it. I find it hilarious. But it's not going to be the mainstay of my damage by any means. What is this book? 10 magic power. And then life-stealing glove. Well, let's see if we can shuffle some things around. Life-stealing glove next to the assassin's glove for the adjacency bonus on the assassin's glove. This book for 10 magic power. I need that, but I don't have anywhere to fit it. Not without sacrificing things I really don't want to sacrifice. So I'll lock it for now. Aha, an anvil. Sell these off, move this out of the way for now. Get the anvil. And apply the anvil to... I didn't think this far ahead. I'll put it on this lightning wand. No. The Thunder Spear. Thunder Spear is doing much more work. And put the lantern back. Crystal Flower is recovery and magic power. Penalizes lights of steel. That could also be a value. And now we're out of money, so on to floor 14. This is just the most bizarre kitchen sink random weapon build. But it's working, and I'm kind of offended that it's working. Kick all those books. Doesn't do anything, but it's satisfying. I keep bumping into, I think, the fire elementals and taking 11 damage just from contact. Floor 14. What is our next mischief? Well, first have to fill out the bag. Okay. Move the talon here, the hand glass up here, the gloves down here so they're still in contact. And now I have space for the grimoire, and 10 magic power, and 5% damage up. My damage percent is still negative. I didn't really pay attention to how that happened, but I seem to be doing fine, so it can't matter all that much. I think the Scroll of Mastery has outlived its usefulness. I can take the Crystal Flower. Oh, I know where all my damage went. The hand glasses. Well, if I can find something better to replace them. Actually, I can replace one right now, because I have the Life-Stealing Glove, which is simply better than a hand glass. Take some magic power. Magic power is up to 31. Oh boy, this trident is also a crazy weapon. Not crazy enough that I'm going to want to completely rearrange my build for it. But it's crazy. I do want this glove, though. Which means I am going to have to do some interesting rearranging. So it can be adjacent. Both gloves can be adjacent to the Assassin's Glove. There's Looking Glass I still want. I think the Talon can go. I do have a few projectile weapons. Losing the Talon did not appreciably reduce my damage, so it can't have been that big a deal. Potion Amulet. More XP and more resource gain would just be nice. Let's lose another hand glass. Take that. Offering me the Fire Wand. Also the cannon, which, much like the crossgun, the cannon seems a very strange thing to have on a shaman, a mage kind of build. The Cross Tornado, also a little strange. But since none of the magic wands or mystical polearms and swords are considered projectile, the Cross Tornado's little golden bonus down there would only apply to the crossbow, the ice crossbow, or the crossgun. neither of which are impressive enough damage-wise to completely retool my build around a tier 4. That again I wasn't planning on. This has just been the strangest build of all kinds of random nonsense. I don't think I want to risk the Dust of Enlarging. I haven't been able to consistently take out the last few elites that have showed up. So let's not invite two of them. The fact that I couldn't afford it right now surely has nothing to do with my decision. Whoa! There are two elites. And they're both frozen, which is hilarious. Frozen and burning, electrocuted and down. Is that both elites or just one of them? Also, the music has been really strange. I'm not familiar with this music track, but it hits that huge swell and sting way too soon. You'd think it would make the big orchestral hit as the level ends, not just a surprising amount of time before the level ends. Magic Staff bolsters adjacent magic power items. That seems very important to try and work into my build. There's +3 magic power per adjacent item could be huge. I could just make it work. And I think making it work is going to involve buying this row of spaces specifically, and selling the Gatling crossbow. Because let's face it, as entertaining as the Gatling crossbow has been, it just doesn't feel like it fits. I'm going to grab the staff. It's adjacent to the book. It's also It's also adjacent to the crystal flower. What else do I have that's providing magic power? This prism. This amulet. Is that really everything I had that was providing magic power? I suppose it was. Take a dragon scale for more armor. The mystical skull. That's a really potent item. Magic power, melee power, projectile power, 25% XP gain, and a slight hit to move speed. That sounds like a bargain to me. It's simply better than the Looking Glass in every way. And this crystal flower can go here. My lifesteal is now down because of the crystal flowers, but it's still in a decent place, and that is a tier 4 cannon. Why? Why is this run constantly offering me just the most offbeat, bizarre weapons that don't at all fit with what I'm trying to do? I think I see a potential space for it, though. So maybe I can cram that in the future. And we've got the Mystical Finger. Attack speed, melee power, projectile power, and lose resource gain. That's pretty good. I'll just go ahead and lose another hand glass for it. My damage percent is finally positive. My lifesteal is kind of down, but I'll deal. I'll save the rest of my money and proceed to floor 16. There are no brakes on the wizard train. It's just all carnage, all the time, of every element available. We've got fire, we've got lightning, we've got ice. A couple of invincibility tokens. And just weaving around the edge of the arena. More invincibility. In the same place, no less. There's that musical sting again, and it's fully 10 seconds early. Very strange audio. Anyway. Somehow I made 8 spaces. So I'm just build out this area here, because this is where I intend to move these gloves to, so I can fit the cannon. Will that be a good idea? Absolutely. There is no downside to the cannon. Move that dragon scale over. Drink the dragon blood elixir for a stat up and 1 elite next floor. Grab the lantern, because there is no class that doesn't want lantern. Plus 20 range and plus 8% enemies. There's no downside. I have a purple sniper's crossbow. I know that's a crazy weapon too, but I don't have room for it. Bloody teeth. There aren't enough floors for this to be valuable. Actually, if I keep summoning elites by drinking potions and things, maybe there is. But I don't have the space. I maybe could have the space if I put this here, this over here, and just sold the helmet. Now I can have this. But now I don't have space for my lantern. Well, put the dragon scale over here, lose the bracer, now I have the lantern. Why am I still holding onto this coin? Hanging on to the coin is kind of silly at this point. But I'm going to continue to keep it. because I don't have anything better to do with that space right now. Mystic Finger would be nice, but I don't have the space. Maybe I'll find the space, or make the space for these items later. For now, it's time to go ham. I heard an elite die. I never saw the elite, but one died. There should be 2 elites, one for the potion I drank and one for the bloody teeth. Musical sting, and 8 more seconds. Now that I've noticed it, I'm going to be kind of fixated on that musical audio. Okay, now flesh out some spaces. Preferably around... Thank you very much. Yeah, it is a very enjoyable Vampire Survivors-like style of game that isn't Vampire Survivors itself, which is kind of important to me. Oh, I can buy a revive. Thank you, I appreciate that. Staff of Fireball. I don't think there's any way I'm fitting in a Staff of Fireball and then another Staff of Fireball to combine them. That's just not happening. Even if I do lose the Ice Crossbow, which is just taking a space. I have heard of Death Must Die. I think I've seen other streamers playing it. And it's funny that Vampire Survivors essentially kicked off a genre. And it didn't really invent the genre as far as I'm aware. Like, there are older games in this style. But VS popularized it. Basically overnight, as far as I know. Ooh, a purple electric wand. That's a nice upgrade. And I can comfortably sell the old one. If I shuffle this around a bit, I can put the prism there, scale there, and then find a magic power item for this slot. That is certainly true. It has... Oh, I already have a crystal power. It has been a heck of a genre. That's another purple. They're just throwing these at me now. Thank you for the follow, Corix. Yeah, I didn't... Bullet Hell is the half of that I don't think any rational person would have expected to kick off as rabidly as the genre has. Because the roguelike side is more obvious. It's numbers go up. Everyone loves numbers go up. Very simple, very straightforward formula. Oh, you started last year? Is it me, or are these fireball blasts bigger? I know they're bigger than normal because that's what the shamans like, but they seem bigger than they were at the beginning of this run. And I don't think AoE size is a stat. So that's a little... that's confusing to me a bit. But I'm certainly not going to look gift fire in the sulfur. Alright, that's room for another life-stealing glove. Now we can make room for another lantern. I have positive move speed, but not enough to justify the hourglass, and it's way too late in the game to care about luck that much. So, take the lantern, take the glove. That's another glove. Just nudge that over. Put this here for more Assassin's Glove adjacency. And that's a purple saw blade launcher, which is also a very entertaining weapon that probably shouldn't be in the hands of a shaman. Why do I have a cannon? Why did it give me a rotary multi-barrel Gatling crossbow? This is a wizard. I'm a wizard. I don't need guns. This is silly. Another purple ice wand. I think I'm kind of beyond... Actually, this white ice crossbow is kind of a joke at this point. It gets bonuses from adjacent projectile weapons. So maybe I should stick that and keep it near the cannon. And this demon book is just... it's in the way. And... well, there. Now I have 4 weapons on the demon book. Accidental... well, the Warlock's preferred effects are magic power and AoE splash damage type effects. So something like the cross gun that I had doesn't really play into any of his strengths. The ice crossbow does because it's elemental. I'm going for an elemental challenge. It's still a little strange to be building projectile power on a mage, just conceptually to me. I personally want to be using all of the magical stuff rather than all of the guns. Like this cannon. This cannon is a big bag of boom that is obviously just a very potent thing to have in my arsenal. But it doesn't help any of the side goals I have going on. It's not electric, ice, or fire that I need to do to the boss for that challenge. And I've kind of already forgotten what the other challenge was. So, I don't know what the state of that is. Not really concerned about it. 25% attack speed. That's huge. And it only costs me lifesteal. Well, let's move these scales into the very small holes there and grab my attack speed. This is true, and I really shouldn't be weirded out by guns that don't conceptually fit with the character, because power is power, especially in a game like this. You can't afford to be picky if you expect to survive to the next shop. Especially since the specific challenge I'm going for, the fire, frost, and lightning status effects on the boss at the same time, I have to be able to get to the boss. So, any gun in a storm. Boy, hit the next floor and immediately go hog wild. I might have too much range. Then again, there might not be any such thing. The two ice wands are going crazy, with giant ice balls going everywhere. I definitely saw an elite. I don't know where it is now, or if it's even still alive. But there were some elite things going on a moment ago. Kind of hard to tell under all the fire and lightning. Oh, I just realized something. My earlier question, is it me or do the fireballs look bigger? The fireballs aren't bigger. Those are the cannon blasts. Because the Warlock has plus 50% area of effects, and those are the cannonball explosions that are bigger. I might want to try and fit another cannon. There. That's a cannon-shaped space. The other spaces, I don't really care. Purple ice wand. Combine my purple ice wands to get a red ice wand, leaving a very awkwardly shaped hole. Maybe there is a cannon class. I may not have unlocked it yet if there is, but it's certainly possible. Ruby staff. Oh. Sell the blue cannon. They just handed me a red one. My luck is only 6. How is this happening? Red cube is nothing but good. Yeah, you would think that class-appropriate weapons would be given some kind of additional advantage, but in my experience, that's simply not the case. In fact, some of the classes and unlocks that I've seen seem more geared toward making the class itself unnecessary, and you just get an item that's a mini version of the class. I'll show you what I mean after this run ends. This Staff of Fireball can go, because this is a purple one. That is the biggest ring in the game. It just has a little bit of practically everything. So we will grab that. This is another purple Staff of Fireball. Staff of Fireball requires 3 to combine. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull that off. Well, that's fine. Just the one Staff of Fireball has been doing plenty of work. Ah, that'll synergize with the Bloody Teeth. So first, I'll hold this cannon in reserve, buy the Dragon Blood Elixir for free stat points and an elite next floor. On top of that, put the cannon back. I need to find room for this. 40 range and 1 elite every floor. Which will make the Bloody Teeth hilarious. Or, come to think of it, would make the Bloody Teeth hilarious if we weren't going to floor 20. So floor 20 is the final floor, it's the boss floor, which means anything that's experience gain or money gain is simply no longer valuable. The Mystical Skull can stay because it's so much more than experience gain. That means I now have room for plus 40, because even if the elite and the tooth thing isn't that great this late in the game, 40 range is not to be laughed at. And I can't afford that, but that's fine, because doing that would kill me anyway. Going into the boss floor. Tier 3 Prism Blade. Pocket Watch for attack speed. And with that, let's see if we can get this challenge. Lightning, Frost, and Fire all on the boss at the same time. Or will our dual cannons take him out? Oh boy, the explosions begin. He's got axes. This, I don't think I've seen him with axes more than once before. But he's dying. I did not see a challenge pit pop up, so maybe I got the challenge wrong. Oh well. A victory is a victory. Let's have a look at Warlock, Shaman. Nope, it was inflict fire, shock, and slow at the same time. Must not have pulled that off. So for what I was talking about, the Raven. And I believe it was Assassin. Assassin has, as you can see, 50% attack speed with sharp weapons, 10 range with sharp weapons, loses some projectile power, some vitality, and has doubles the set bonus for sharp weapons. It's just very, very focused on the sharp weapon type. Its unlock maybe this isn't the class I was thinking of. Because the Bandolier here that gives everything the sharp tag was its default unlocked item. Actually, is this it? This is it. The Barbarian's third class, the Singularist, excels at having just one weapon. That's why it gets plus 75% damage, plus 75% attack speed, and then loses 50% damage and attack speed for every weapon beyond the first. And you get that 1% damage and attack speed for every inventory slot you unlock in the bag. Which means you only have one weapon, but as the game progresses, you only need that one weapon. It becomes terrifying. What you unlock with the Singularist is you spend 5 floors not purchasing any weapons, and it gives you the Shackle, which gives weapons adjacent to the Shackle bonus damage percent equal to the number of items in your inventory if they are not adjacent to any other weapon. So it's like a semi-Singularist that gives part of the Singularist's bonus, but it can do it to multiple weapons if you can make them touch the Shackle but not each other. So it's a very weird half of the Singularist bonus in an item. And it could be used on the Singularist itself with only a single weapon, and it would be scary because it would effectively double the Singularist's class bonus. But the other Barbarian classes could also maybe kind of benefit from it a little less. Like, stuff a couple of fist and crushing weapons around it on the base Barbarian. And the Berserker. Berserker is just the Berserker. Its only gimmick is it can't do ranged weapons, so maybe it could do something with the Shackle. Who knows? I do need to finish a run with the Berserker by finishing 10 floors with less than half health. That's pretty tricky to do. Because the way I build, I either have too much lifesteal, or too much armor, or too much damage, and they just can't damage me. And then by the time they can damage me, it's just over. If there was a build that focused on cannons, maybe it would be the Hunter. Playing the Sharpshooter, I think, is when I was first introduced to cannons, and it got crazy. I think the next run will be Ranger, which likes to have ranged weapons and melee weapons, and kind of cross-synergizes their power. I don't think I want the Antler. I just reason to unlock the Arrow Shaft, so we'll play with that, get some Pierce. And then 25 projectile power and 25 melee power unlocks whatever the Ranger's special thing is. So difficulty 4, and what weapon? I don't like the idea of the Crossvolver, because it's 6 shots and then a much longer delay. But we'll see how it goes. I got that dagger back up. Yeah, the cross revolver just spits out 6 kills, and then I have to rely on my dagger while it reloads, which is a little awkward, especially on floor 1. Speaking of doing things that aren't appropriate to the class and making them work, throwing hammers get really funny on the Ranger. So this is giving pierce damage to adjacent projectile weapons and then increase their damage per pierce. So the dagger is not benefiting at all because it's not projectile. I should have left that alone. I'm taking the hammer because hammers are hilarious. More cross revolver? I certainly hope not. What concerns me most about the cross revolver is that the cooldown after 6 shots in gold text, I don't know if that's influenced by its attack speed. I haven't used it enough to know, but there's an implication that it isn't. Well, throwing hammer isn't a projectile either, so I'm just not synergizing with the arrow shaft at all. Alright, let's go more cross revolver. Forget the hammer. There's another cross revolver. They're everywhere. And let's not forget that I also need melee weapons, because hunter bonus. I don't think I can fit another cross revolver in there just yet. Unless I get rid of the dagger, and that's just not ideal. So we'll reserve that for later. Little crossbow. Can't quite fit that either. This is a very awkwardly shaped early game backpack. Scatter shot. No, I'd need to lose the dagger. I will lose the dagger for an ebony dagger, which is simply superior. And let's carry on before I run out of money. Now I've got 2 cross revolvers and a knife. Which is certainly an ambitious thing to do, as evidenced by the amount of damage I just took. Hooray! Ooh. Okay. Need to build out the backpack. And everything is so awkwardly shaped that I don't think it really matters how I do so. I can fit another cross-volver. Also contacting the arrow shaft. I do not want to mess with dust up enlarging right now. 3 cross-volvers and a dagger is not how you fight an elite on floor 3. Electric wand. Now, Hunter needs ranged weapons and melee weapons, not magic weapons. There's just no synergy there. This is a melee weapon, and it's also conveniently life-stealing, so that solves a couple of my problems. Add some vitality and recovery. And see if I can't find, well, another cross-volver wasn't exactly on my to-do list, but here it is. We'll combine them together. Now, 2 blue cross-volvers might be something. And I can't afford that sickle, but it would be nice to have later. Now we continue to roam around with our 2 improved pistols. Single life-stealing sickle and knife. I might be interested in selling the ebony dagger for the second sickle. I don't need to do that. But it's an idea. I'll put this cross-volver up here. Grab the second sickle. Make sure it's not adjacent to the first sickle, because they have anti-synergy with each other. Sniper crossbow. Now that's something that could be very powerful. Cross tornado, also incredibly powerful. We are back to the constant lament of not having enough bag space for all of our hopes and dreams. Right now, though, my hopes and dreams include a hand glass for lifesteal. Hand glass is not a weapon, so the sickle doesn't care. And this should give us a bit more sustain. Anything at a distance gets shot in the face. Anything that gets too close feeds us. Some attack speed would definitely be nice. Haven't really seen anything in the way of attack speed yet. So, cross tornado and sniper's crossbow. I'm not really envisioning a way to fit these things in. So we'll just build out the bag however the bag allows. That will not fit the sniper bow. Yeah, the sniper bow is large and awkwardly sized. So the only way I'm getting it here is if I get rid of the sickle. Unless I put the sickle here, I can much more comfortably get rid of this lifestone. And then put in the sniper crossbow. Melee power and projectile power are still fairly low. Something needs to be done about that. And that something is not this ebony dagger. I know the dagger has ramping damage, but that's just not enough of an excuse to keep it in. More cross volvers being offered. I want to get this cross tornado in, but that's going to require much more space. There's the cleaver, which is just not... The cleaver does not work on this build. It's just not going to. But perhaps I can grab this and combine. And a better sniper crossbow is just a nice thing to have. Grab these things, drink the potion for more enemies, and throw ourselves into the fray. Hello and welcome back. Now running around with crossbows of varying sizes and 2 small red sickles. It's a very strange build. It's a character that likes to mix ranged weapons with melee weapons. Got to use both. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with the backpack itself. Oh. But some ideas are forming. The hamster wheel is spinning. And there's the crossbow that I wanted. Don't have any move speed, so the hourglass is dead weight. Another egg for more sustain. Vitality and recovery for more health and passive healing. This little bird head would be nice. You can't fit it. But projectile power is not to be ignored on a character that specializes in, well, projectiles. And now we go back to shooting all the monsters in the world. With one very large, meaty sounding sniper crossbow, 2 revolvers, and some kind of magic crossbow that makes other crossbows, makes their bolts shatter in every direction. I have to play with the adjacency and arrangement on that one. Now it's just bullets time. And now it is no longer bullets time. Bullets time is over. Everyone go home. Okay. So a major goal here is going to be a major goal here is going to be to get multiple crossbows adjacent to this crossbow and also this yellowing. And that's going to be a very tricky Venn diagram, to be sure. I think I can manage it with a couple of them, and that might be the limit. So, back to building out bag space. I don't think I need to do anything special with how that's done. I'll just flip this crossbow around to get adjacency with the arrow shaft and the cross tornado. I need this little bird skull for more projectile power. I can get this looking glass for better experience, faster leveling, another coin for more money. Alright, I'll look forward to that later. You should get some rest. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Kind of a cacophony of noise when the game gets to this phase, though, and that be difficult to fall asleep to. Then again, if you can fall asleep to Dead by Daylight, surely you can fall asleep to anything. Good night. Okay. Build out the bag, of course. And now what? This over here for a bit more of a conveniently shaped space. Throw on an axe because I need more melee weapons. Don't need that coin nearly as much as I need this egg. This offers projectile power and melee power and armor. It's like the perfect item for this character. But I don't have space for it. So I'll earmark it for later. A revive potion. Why bother walking it when I can just drink it now? Seeing a lot of these tier 1 sniper crossbows. If I had the room and knew they were coming, I could have used them to upgrade mine. Ah, a lantern. That'll be very important. Very soon. But right now, let's go earn some more bag spaces. While it's still young, it's only floor 8. Taking more hits than I'd like. I have a giant axe to keep them off of me at melee range. What about that is failing? Okay. Build out some bag space. Let's get this lantern. And this hat. Ooh, a purple sniper crossbow. That is simply better than a blue one. Maybe I could do something with axe synergy in addition to... No, that's probably a little too ambitious. What I can do is slide this axe down to more neatly fit into that space. It doesn't do anything in terms of synergies or adjacency or anything, but it makes me feel better. I'll also lose this hand glass in favor of another lantern, and just rely on the lifesteal of the sickles. Another bird skull, projectile power for later. A cross tornado. They only require 2 to combine, so I'll be holding on to that so I can get a blue one. And speaking of blue, that is an improved sickle. Alright, let's carry on before we lose the last of our money. Now the sickles and axes can roam free. As the various crossbows just go absolutely nuts, and apparently don't have enough damage to keep up. I'm glad I bought that revive. Because right now my health and sustain are not keeping up with the challenge. Dodge more, tank less. Okay. Any specific concerns No, I don't. I think it still doesn't matter how I build out the bag. As long as I just make sure that there's an area large enough that I can cram in the second cross tornado for upgrade purposes. And there is. Let's move those, buy this, and combine. Then we get the bird skull for projectile power, the life-stealing glove for obviously lifesteal, and that's another lifesteal signal. Tier 1 though. I don't really have space for it, and I don't really think it would be worth making. Well, maybe it is. I can focus more on lifesteal, then I can rely less on recovery. Throw out this coin. Use me that. Now if I find another white sickle, I can combine them. I want more hats though. All the hats. Just a majestic tower of hats. Team Fortress 2 style. This would be an excellent weapon. Melee ranged hybrid. And this offers projectile power, so we'll earmark that as well. And now I've locked so many things that it's just not worth rolling. So, onward. My awkward assemblage of weapons. Oh, that's an elite. How did he get there? Where did you come from? He's not very impressive. He just got that big sword that swings angrily. I think every other elite is more threatening than this one. And he's dead. Yeah, he's slow, doesn't have much reach. Even his charge is ungainly. As elites go, he's a pushover. Okay, 8 spaces is a lot of spaces. I really want to make or find room for the scimitar. The scimitar is a melee weapon that thinks it's a ranged weapon because of that air blade business. You know what? That's it. That's room for the scimitar. I'll sell the axe. And we just keep building out the bag. Junk the axe. Get the scimitar. Buy another hat. Projectile power from the talon. We'll drink a dragon blood elixir for 3 stats. An elite will show up next floor. Due to the elixir, I'm not worried. Hey, it's our 3rd white sickle. So let's get the crosswalker out of the way, buy the sickle. Combine the sickles. I almost sold that one. Put the cross tornado back. More projectile power. White sniper bow. I don't see the use. Red cube for more sustain. Red cube is just so many good stats in a very small box. Now we have an ebony dagger, which I know I sold one of those earlier. Mystical skull gives us all kinds of power. So many good things. Now, the challenge was 25 each of melee power and projectile power, and I'm pretty close to that. I think with this, I'm just about there. Nope, need one more point of melee power to satisfy the challenge, the unlock challenge. If I could find room for this, that would do it. But I don't think I can manage that without sacrificing anything. I don't really feel like sacrificing anything for it at the moment. Certainly not these dapper hats. So, let's move on and hope I find at least 4 bag spaces. Scimitar firing its air blades, and that has got to be a beholder. Yep, beholder elite. They are very projectile spammy. Ow, that's a lot of damage. Let's just let lifesteal catch up to that nasty deficit I dug for myself. Is dead. These life-stealing sickles are certainly doing their job. Okay. Now, 7 spaces, and I just need a 2x2 to fit the medallion. Excuse me. Why is that? Oh, I see. Alright, I'll move these, bring this in, and there we have it. 25 projectile and 25 melee power. Then we have another scimitar, which will combine with our existing scimitar. Put the medallion back. The medallion is good. Another cube. A finger, melee power, projectile power, and attack speed. What's not to love? And another hat. Another fancy hat. Monocle doesn't really help. Another blue cross tornado. Pardon me. I'll just casually purchase this and combine. And then we'll put these things back. It's still offering me the cleaver, which is amusing conceptually, but it's just too big. And now I'm out of money. So, time to cause trouble. Looks like the werewolves are all stuck behind that building. which I can apparently shoot through, but they can't walk through, which makes it very convenient blockade. Advancing around. Grab the Aegis token. Lots of spiders this way. I'm more concerned about the werewolves. They pack a punch and can sometimes pounce. Alright, another dapper hat. Lose being a lifesteal, lose luck. Not that interesting. Crimson Scythe. If only I were doing something with another Crimson Scythe, but in lesser quality. Why does it do that? I will drink this potion just to have more enemies. Another dapper hat. Let's move that egg so I can have my hat collection all in one place. Runebound crystal. I would like to put that somewhere where it's just packed in among a whole bunch of weapons of varying types. Oh. I keep thinking this is for melee and ranged, but it's not. It's for melee and magic. So I would need to put it adjacent to multiple melee weapons. And I only have 3 melee weapons, so I'm not getting very much value out of the crystal. Another purple sniper bow, on the other hand. Just move these large items out of the way. Buy this. Combine it. And then put these back. The potion amulet is a very potent item for scaling. I dare say it's more valuable than the Talon. But I can't afford it, so I have made a bit of a blunder. That's fine. We'll hold on to it for the next shop. My tier 4 crossbow is now very angry, firing at a surprisingly high rate for what it is. And the piercing. Golly. When the sniper crossbow points at a crowd, that bolt just keeps ripping through the whole crowd. Okay, now it's time to build out our bag, as is tradition. Now I can afford the potion amulet. And I can't really think of what else to do with my money at this point. I mean, I've kind of made it. There's the cannon again. is such a fun weapon. So, how about I move this potion amulet? These crystals. Double check the shape. Yep. Lose the life stone. Buy the cannon. And save the mystical finger for later. I could also buy a revive. But for that, we will need more space. So back in the fray we go. At this point, I also might want to consider more sniper bows. The sniper crossbow is just doing work. Needs a higher fire rate, the kind of fire rate that a single sniper crossbow cannot attain without some serious shenaniganry. Oh, flying muscly dude. Ow. What hit me? Those flying demon things with the big arms pack a punch. Okay. Back to building out the bag. Doesn't matter where I put my spaces? Not really. We will buy the elixir, drink it. Another sickle. Very carefully, not adjacent to that one. Actually. No, that wouldn't work, because this is too long. If I put that here, it would be adjacent to this sickle. And that just wouldn't work. But it does work if I shuffle some things around. And put it here. And I can grab another prism. And red gem just feels like it could be such a good idea. If, once again, I had the space. If I only had the space. What is that? Night Opener. A unique, explosive, piercing crossbow. Well, I definitely want that. But I just as definitely don't have any space for it. Or do I? This cross tornado isn't really doing me any favors. It's nice, and the idea of its little bonus here is nice, but I need so many more cross tornadoes to optimize that, because 10%. 10%. The sniper crossbow and the crossbow, that specific crossvolver, have a 10% chance for their bolts to shatter. That's not good economy. Neither is having 2 crossvolvers. So, after expressing contempt for the crossvolver, there's the big, whatever it is, the knight opener. Never seen this before. +3 pierce for each adjacent projectile weapon. Okay. Then let's put this one adjacent to it. And those are my only projectile weapons at the... No, they're not. There's also the cannon. So let's also rotate the cannon. So now it has multiple, so it has 3 adjacent projectile weapons. And that's all my projectile weapons. So this beast now has 10 pierce, which also conveniently gives it +10 base damage from the arrow shaft. Alright, let's stop gawking at it and see what it does. It makes a lot of noise and is a lot bigger and scarier than the sniper crossbow. An elite has entered the building. 2 elites have entered the building. I am the dead, but I walk again. I just keep taking boatloads of damage from I don't know what. 2 lives burned. Losing the cross tornado might have been a mistake. I seem to be struggling now, even though I definitely have bigger and superior weapons. I need more sustain. %17% lifesteal. But recovery, I can't actually read that. My chat overlay is in the way. Let's grab some more lifesteal. This thing for added crits. Saw blade launcher, which is also a projectile weapon. There you go, red saw blade launcher. Oh yeah, +5 pierce for adjacent range items, that's right. So I want to pack my lanterns around the sniper crossbow. This is a purple sickle. Which is simply better than the blue one. Masterwork Arrowhead is just +1 pierce. That's simply good. You know, another sniper bow. I have been considering another sniper bow. Maybe I'll be able to make space for it. And we have the Crown of Bloodthorn, which I swear haunts me. It's shown up several runs in a row now. And it's just such a trade-off. You get so much lifesteal and so much damage, but you lose so much vitality. Okay, without an elite on the field, we seem to be doing okay. I don't think the unique Night Opener crossbow is especially good. It's certainly scary sounding. It claims to be explosive, but I'm not seeing the explosions it's supposed to be causing. Okay, 6 more spaces. I just packed them all over here. I will buy the crown. Probably a bad idea. Yep, I just lost half my health. Buy the arrowhead for slightly more pierce. I still want to find a way to fit this sniper crossbow. But I just don't really see that happening. The red cleaver. It's really hell-bent on giving me this cleaver. Well, let me drink the dragon blood, invite an elite, get the free stats. Health potion, I mean, I need more vitality. Well, I do need more vitality. But I guess not at the expense of other things. Maybe if I sell a hat, individually the hats are not super impressive. Oh, I can't fit that. That is 3 large. Now I can fit. And with that, let's try our luck. Nice open floor plan, no obstructions, nothing cluttering up visibility, aside from the chaos and carnage itself. Killed the elite. I heard it die. It seems my damage is beginning to fall off. Maybe I'm just looking at weak weapons. My scimitar, not doing the greatest in terms of damage. But we finished. We're alive. open another 6 spaces. Can I somehow cram this sniper crossbow in here in a way that lets me maintain the adjacency bonus with the range items? It's looking like yes, but let's shuffle all this stuff around. I messed up my hat collection. I can put that there for the adjacency bonuses and such. Keep the skull. And there we go. Oh. This is supposed to be here. And before I put that back, let me drink this. Belt, vitality, and armor. That is a red cannon. So, sell the blue cannon. Buy this. Don't tell me I can't fit that. Because I can fit that. Then combine this up to purple. Put the scimitar back. Buy the red cannon. And what are you? Divine Punisher. Gets stronger when you take damage. Synergizes with blessed weapons. Synergizes with Abyssal Cleaver. It looks very potent, but it's huge. I don't see myself going that far out of my way to make room for a weapon that big. I mean, even though I need melee weapons. I just don't see it fitting anywhere. Unless I lose a lot of things that I am not exactly prepared to lose. It could go here. This Medallion of Might is kind of outmoded. Too much space for too little benefit. These Raven Skulls. I mean, I have projectile power, and purchasing another melee weapon will give me projectile power. Get rid of the looking glass. Keep that, and grab the giant sword of weird. Reserve that bird skull for later. It's really hell-bent on giving me more dusts and enlarging too, isn't it? Alright, now we have 2 uniques. Which, surprisingly, despite being a tag, are not a set bonus. Time to cause extra trouble. Divine Punisher has a wide swing, but seems to swing very slowly. Ow! There are too many beholders on this dance floor. I think they might be dead. Yeah, let's not drink any more dust enlarging. Because I can't handle 2 elites in one core. This build is not broken enough for multiple elites. See, now the elites are gone, I'm fine. Build out the pack. Kind of strange, laissez-faire arrangement. So I need more lifesteal. Arguably more than I need more bird skull. But I also need bird skull, and conveniently I have space for bird skull. This great axe is also, it's a spooky weapon, but it's for an axe build. I don't have that many axes, or any axes for that matter. Why did I lock that? Get rid of that. Maybe another bird skull at some point. Some more lifesteal. Definitely some attack speed. I am really making... I'm committing to too many dreams for floor 19. Let's make it to the next floor. We are nearly there. Just a symphony of miscellaneous projectiles. And absolute nonsense. 100% hog wild nonsense. And I'm losing health for no visible reason. Come on, lifesteal, do your job. Just wander around in one spot for a little bit. And there we go. Now, it's floor 19, you know what that means. Anything to do with resource gain and XP gain are no longer valuable. Because there are no more levels to be gained. I need more lifesteal. I need more attack speed. And I'm not seeing any room for, well, Potion Amulet can go. Because experience gain, resource gain, and health per floor, all junk right now. Grab the bird skull. This is a red sickle. We'll upgrade the blue one. Flagellant's crown. I don't have that much recovery. Upgrade the Crimson Rapier. Another revive is simply out of our reach. Dragon Blood Elixir is a trap at this point. It's the final floor, inviting elites in addition to the boss, especially considering how much I'm struggling right now. Not exactly a bright plan. Speaking of inviting elites being a bad idea, this would be great if elites weren't such a problem for me right now. Yeah, I think I'm just finished with the build. There's nothing I want to sacrifice, and I have all the space that I can manage. So, on we go. There's the boss, he's got axes. Leave me alone. I have plenty of damage output, it's just a matter of keeping away from him with all of these wide-ranging attacks. He has got speed and area effects for days, and that's an Aegis token. Now I've won. That was just a matter of grabbing the invincibility token and finishing him off. And there we go. What that has done on the Ranger is I unlocked his thing. Adjacent melee weapons gain critical for every ranged, adjacent range gain critical for every melee. And it's small, so it only applies to 4 weapons tops. That's not a very exciting unlock. Anyway, I think that's about enough for this evening, or whatever time period it may happen to be where you are. This has been God of Weapons, and I'll see you next time.